here is let's do some buff mixed with a little bit of that German gray. And we'll mix in a little bit of that green shade so we're getting an actual kind of green tinge to our highlight. And I'm just going to kind of tap with the side of my brush here all the high points. So it's not quite a dry brush. And I think what I can do is I can pull out that, I've got a, what do you call it? Actually, you know what, that's actually not looking too bad. Maybe we did need that little bit of green. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this, which I got overspray from when I was painting those shipping containers all over the paint pots. This green color, green shade, I don't know what green color this is from GW, but it's perfect for like drabs. So we're just gonna wash our Pip-Boy with that. Make sure we get the right color. Doc Holiday, thanks for the follow, appreciate that. Alright, let that dry. Okay, the leather is almost dry to this point, so I think we can start working on that. So again, I'm just going back in with the leather belt that we used to base coat. Just kind of working around the edges here, leaving some of the folds. And let's see here. What can we highlight this with? I guess we can just do, I love buff, just gonna mix some buff into that leather belt. Is that too much? Nah, I think we're good. Needs to look like it's worn out a little bit. And if it's too much, we can always tint it or shade it. Which I think we might actually end up doing.
Wonderful.
Digital V7, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. How you guys doing? I don't know if it's morning or evening for you. It's like super early morning for me. It's like 1:30 in the morning. It's probably, I don't know, mid-morning for people in Europe at this point, or afternoon, I guess. I don't know. Time zones are not my strong suit. Although I guess it could just be very late where you guys are as well. That would work. Alright, how are we doing there? I think we just need to do a little bit like that. I think we're going to do a very light glaze of like sepia over the top of that to kind of just give it a slight different tinge. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? We got the front of this dude's barrel, got black scraped off, so we'll do that. I think we're almost ready to do our silvers. In fact, let's just jump right into it. Bolt gun metal. Let's get these guys out of the way. Because the last thing I want to do is get paint on painted models. It's not something I'd look forward to, having to repaint. So just gonna kind of do a wet brush of bolt gun over this whole thing. All the weapons get this, and then I tone it down later on to give it like an actual gunmetal color with a secret weapon soft body wash. What that does is it basically gives the impression that it's metal, but that it's actually very worn and whatchamacallit. What's the process that happens to metal when it darkens? I can't remember what it is. Not vulcanized. Something. There's some process. Or maybe I'm just completely thinking of something else. How's that looking? It's looking good. Looking good. I might leave the revolver with some brighter highlights because it's supposed to be like a Magnum. 2:30 Central Time, man. You're burning the midnight oil. I just have one appointment that I have to be up for tomorrow. I can stay up as long as I want. Adult life is great. Although being unemployed kind of sucks, but we'll see what pans out from this meeting tomorrow. I've been enjoying, I'll call it fun employment. Been seeing tons of friends, family, not having to take time off of work and deal with, you know, working people's schedules and getting stuff committed and all that kind of stuff. Makes it pretty easy. You just be like, oh yeah, we're doing that? Excellent, I can do that. So that's good there. God, man, every time I touch this barrel, it wobbles and it feels like I'm gonna break his gun barrel off. It's scaring me. Resin, I'm not used to it. And if I was good, I would go change my water out now because I just rinsed metallic paint in my paint water. And I use my paint water to mix. But I think we'll be okay. There wasn't a lot of paint on the brush when I did that. I guess at this point, since we're waiting on stuff to dry, I've got to do a black wash on these though, so here we go. Secret Weapon, Soft Body Black. But if I can get the bottle open, not drop it all over the floor. I think I need to clean the, yeah, I probably need to clean the inside of the cap. For that guy. I'll do that at the end of the session here. Not worry about it. Yeah, so just take that Secret Weapon Soft Body Black and just run it over the whole bit of gun. You could use, what is it, Nuln Oil, or, I guess like the gloss black color that GW does if you do GW paints. I've not tried any of the Citadel washes. Or not Citadel, Vallejo. I hear they're not that great. But, again, that's just hearsay, and I don't know the ins and outs of their wash. I know, like, their model terrain washes are pretty good. Actually, do I have... No, I've got a Reaper ink, that's what it is. Yeah, so what that's doing is it's basically, knocking back that silver color, and it's going to shade the recesses, which will help. And at the same time, it's going to give an ever so slight sheen to the gunmetal. And then after this, if I want to, I can dry brush further up. So like the revolver, I'll probably dry brush up again. But for these others, I think this will just be, that'll be what the gun color looks like, is it'll have just an ever so slight tinge of metal to it. Without looking like it's just painted metal. If that makes any sense. Hopefully it does. And I think I'm just going to I had some black and buff sitting out here, so I'm just going to mix that and just kind of do some, maybe a little bit more buff. Just do some edge highlights on the binoculars here. And I'll do these kind of brighter than I'm expecting, and I'll do the same thing. I'll wash this with that secret weapon black. This will add some texture to the binoculars here. It'll do some reflections in the glass here, so it'll give it kind of like a blue tinge, like he's got the sky reflecting in it. Alright, so that's drying, This grenade actually looks pretty good, but I think we're going to hit it with that green color wash that we had. Just to kind of give it a slight tinge. And I think at this point... So I think I'm going to do these two with one color of skin, and I think I'm going to do this guy with a different one. Not that you guys can see it, but I'll do these two with the Reaper Tan. And I think I'm going to try... I don't know, I've got... Where are my Foundry skin tones? Where did I put those? Are they over here? No, they're right here. Ooh, my back just popped. Alright, so let's see. Nope, those are miniatures. Alright, so I've got the Expert Flesh. I want to try... I've got Oriental Flesh, African Flesh, Native American Flesh, Mediterranean Flesh. How does that compare? Shade, Flesh, 122, and Highlight. I don't know. I'll try it. So, what do I need? I need the shade. These are brand new. Hopefully I can get it. Oh, nope, that's not how you open it. This is how you open it right here. Does that work? Yep. Oh, I'm running out of room on my palette. The nice thing about these guys is that there's not a lot of exposed flesh, which works. I think this is going to be a case of orange skin again. Yeah, I'm not liking that. Bag it. We're going to go with, I think we'll do our bronzed skin for this guy. That's a Reaper Triad, bronzed skin. Yes, this will have a little more earthy tone. Try and get... I might do a slight shade around his neck to mask where the his collar meets his skin. There's actually some good face detail on these guys. That'll be covered by his hair. I think. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do some touch-ups on the blue. In fact, I know I'm gonna have to do that, so I shouldn't be too concerned with it right now, but anyway, it is what it is. Actually I've got some sepia, which I think I can just run. Like that. Oh, is that still wet? Yeah, that might still be wet.